Hello everybody, it's your boy Legend with another division build video. Today I'm gonna go over the final measure build, and everybody that plays with me in this game knows final measure is my favorite build of the game. I've been using it since it came out and I had tons of fun with this build, and it gives you a level of survivability that other gear sets do not give you. And that's with the exotic damage resilience. And for those that don't know what exotic damage resilience is, or EDR, it's anything that's not bullet damage that you take damage from. So from grenades, fire, pred, anything of the sort, you will have a resistance towards it, and you'll get a significant damage reduction from them. So that is huge. I'm actually kind of happy about doing this one. I've been waiting for a while to do it, but it's that time. I said I was gonna go through all 14 gear sets, and then I'm gonna do a hexo or a hybrid build or whatever, and that's pretty much gonna be my last one. Then I'm gonna try to create different builds in this game. So without further ado, let's jump into the build. And as you guys can see, I also got my favorite gun right here, the Warlord, the AK variant, the classic AK, and it just looks amazing. They really did work when they made this gun, and I applaud them for that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the build. Now, I made two different variants of this build. This one being the one that's PvP focused for, you know, you just want to go in there and kill people. This actually works out a lot, especially if they're throwing grenades. This is the build that I found out to be the best for me. May not be the best for other players, but it'll be the best for me. I will have a picture of a team focused build at the end of this video, but as of right now, I'm gonna go over the main one I use in the DZ, and this is it. I have 501 toughness, and with that level of toughness already, you know you're tanky. And then added the EDR, that might as well just say 700, because I'm nerfing a lot of damage. Like I said, I'm nerfing everything that is not bullet damage. And then the two guns I'm using, of course, is pretty much standard across all my builds. I'm using the house until I get bored of the house, which is gonna be real soon, because I'm almost at my submachine gun kill limit of 10,000, and then when I get there, I'll swap it out for something else immediately. So as of right now, I'm using the house, and with the house I'm running Unforgiven, Deadly, and Card Counter. I think those are probably the best talents on the house that you can run. I mean, the other one you can probably have Responsive, Deadly, or whatever. I will do a house video a little bit later. And then of course, for my favorite gun, the Warlord, I'm running Responsive and Unforgiven. I have another one with Deadly Unforgiven, but I chose to run the one with Responsive Unforgiven because my skill power is not that high, so I'm not going to be critting a lot. As opposed to my other build where I do crit a lot, then I'll run it with Deadly. So that's enough for those two things, and let's go ahead and jump into the build. Final measure been out for so long, I'm actually not going to go over all the details. But all in all, I'll just go ahead and skim through it. You know, maxed out armor, and then EDR. You have to run EDR. Get as much EDR in this build as possible, but do not put it on the knee pads. When I get down there, I'll explain why. But ammo capacity is huge, especially if you're running two guns of the same archetype, like two SMGs, two assault rifles, etc. You're gonna need as much ammo as possible, so you want to keep refilling all the time. And I also put in one of my previous videos about how you can reload all your ammo while you are in the DZ and while you guys are rogue. So by then you only have to use ammo capacity, but the only other option at that is increased kill XP, and nobody wants that unless you try to rank up. Outside of that, it's just useless. So I think this is right here. This would be the ideal setup. Health, EDR maxed out, and then go ahead and add the ammo capacity to it. The 2 gear sets, you know, give you the EDR 25%. Protection from elites helps out a lot. That's another thing that kind of drew me to this build, because I'm always finding myself getting shot up by NPCs, especially in the higher DZ, and that actually helped nerf some of their damage. So by being in the 500k range of toughness, and then with the 3 and the 5 piece bonus giving me 30% reduction in damage from elites, and then the EDR I believe is 40%. That is huge. That is huge, and you will see a difference. You will noticeably see a difference. And then with this new changes as far as the immunities to this predator, by using this build, if I get hit with a predator, it doesn't do that much damage to me. Now with all the added effects that they're gonna put on come June 14th with patch 1.8.2, and they're allowing the status effects of predator to be countered, this build will actually start running supreme in the DZ, in my opinion. And this is a the 6-piece gear bonus. It is very good. It is very good because you get 40% for whatever grenade you take, and it's either you're gonna get tankier, you get that much armor or weapon damage, or just this build to me is the ultimate team build to run, and I'm a team player, so I choose to run this build a lot. But then as you can see, I got some new mods anyway, so I might switch these things out, but these are pretty much ideal to have. I have stamina health and stamina health just to get me up there as far as toughness, because I just wanted to break the 500k plane and I barely broke it, so that's fine. And as you can see, I only got 5400 firearms, I mean not firearms but stamina, and for that amount of toughness, that's almost like a bargain sale. So I'm gonna go over the mask, EDR damage. I should actually optimize that. I can too, because I got enough division tech for it. And burn resistance, not burn resistance because people are now using this Firecrest build in the DZ, and guess what, I can counter it. And since I have so much burn resistance, I'm only on fire for about a second, and then I can sit there for about another 3 seconds taking fire, and I can do whatever I want to at that time. They get burned for another second. So burn resistance do help definitely on this build. And then for the mod I have, you know, stamina mod, skill power. I could put more health on there, but I figured that'd be a little bit overkill, and my skill power is extremely low anyway. Next thing I have is the knee pads. I put health on here. Health is key. You can put EDR, but why? I mean, really? You got enough EDR as it is, so give yourself more survivability by putting health on there. Damage to elites, pretty good. I mean, outside that, I think the only thing I'll put on there to take the place of damage to elites would be the bleed resistance. I'll put that on there. But outside of that, these are ideal knee pads all the way around. Burn resistance, shock resistance, maxed out. And then the mods I have is stamina health and post critical hit chance, which is huge. If you're not running post critical hit chance on your builds, and you're trying to run a crit build, I don't know what the hell you're doing. Some people put on, you know, other things like, you know, what's that, self ally heal and all that, or self heal or whatever. But if you want to actually do damage, put this post critical hit chance on there to give yourself a fighting chance, because everybody else is running up there with houses and stuff, and they're running damn near maxed out crit chance. And for you to be competitive against other players, you're going to have to figure out a way to counter that with low skill power. The holster maxed out completely with critical hit chance. The mod on there is critical hit post chance. The gloves maxed out. I have SMG damage on here, but I'll take that off definitely for, of course, AR, assault rifle damage, and then maxed out chance, and then, you know, critical hit damage maxed out. These are ideal gloves for pretty much any build, and what you should be trying to strive for when you're creating these DPS builds. The next thing is the backpack, maxed out armor. I believe my stamina maxed out on this one too as well. I put health on here. Reason why that's changeable, because whenever I do go back to using the AK more often, I will switch out health for stamina. But at this current moment, I'm using the health to just get me over that threshold, and then I have burn resistance on there maxed out. And these are the mods. I have post critical hit chance. Now with all these added up, it gives you additional 8% critical hit chance. Huge, because otherwise you have to have a ridiculous amount of skill power to compensate for that. Things like around 50k, maybe a little bit more. But just by putting these things on here, it definitely increases your critical hit chance. And then of course I have the stamina mod, which is damn good. I mean, 266 out of 267 I believe, and the health is about 300 less, but all in all, it is a great build. This build does so much, it has so much functionality. People often overlook it because it doesn't give you extra, you know, 10% here damage and all this other crap. If you're a really good player, you can actually make this build work for you. And the fact that the 6-piece, you absorb a grenade, gives you about what, 40% extra damage, that pretty much trumps all the other stuff in the game. But that grenade diffusion property of this build, when people try to throw a grenade on you around the corner and all that, that's gone. And usually it's somebody's desperate attempt to, you know, stay alive. They'll toss a grenade, turn around, start shooting. But if you soak up that grenade, it almost stuns them a little bit. It's like, oh shit, that plan did not work. Well, I guess I keep firing or just give up. And then you can go in and get the easy kill. If you're running this build, a little bit of tips. If you're running this build, make sure you got some toughness. 1, 2. If you're running away, like your team got a manhunt 5 or whatever, and you guys go into the box, stay behind your group, because people are using Predator and they're gonna try and shoot you. This build takes a lot of damage, especially from Pred. Predator does not affect you as much. The only thing it really does affect you with is the speed. So you can actually save your team from getting wrecked if you run a final measure and you sit in the back and just pretty much be the human shield. And then also when you guys get to the box, people like to throw grenades and stuff on the box to, you know, kind of knock you off. Stay close to the person that's on the box. Try to keep them alive, and you guys can get the, you know, the caches or whatever by surviving your manhunts. And if you guys are in the middle of a fight, your job is to do damage. Of course, you know, you want to help out your team, but you help out your team the best way by taking grenades. So you're going to have your awareness up, and you're going to have to go get these grenades so your teams can get their buffs and procs and all that other stuff. And sometimes it will put you in harm's way. And if it does put you in harm's way, use this build with toughness so you can get back behind your lines, and your team can heal you up, and then you can go ahead and resume combat. But this build is made, in my opinion, for team play. It's probably the best team play build overall in the game, because you're not sacrificing everything. You know, you're nerfing exotic damage, which is huge, especially in the DZ, and you're helping out at the same time. But that's the end of this one. Go ahead, drop a like, hit a subscribe, and until next time, guys, I will drop another video. But take care, be safe. E3 is upon us in a couple of days. I will be there, and I will give out Division 2 information as quickly as I can. Legend out.